The installation and usage of slot machines in outhouses is prohibited. So what? People are trying to gamble while they poop? And how would one even install a slot machine inside their outhouse and still have room to use the actual outhouse? I really would like to know. Throwing a snake at anyone is illegal. And if you do so, you deserve to get a gib slap on the back of the head, because that's just wrong. I mean, you could go around causing people to have heart attacks. That's just not right. Like, you throw a snake at me and I'm coming at you. I'm coming at you. For real. It is illegal to get a fish drunk. Okay? How does one get a fish drunk? And how would a fish act being drunk? Not that I go around getting my animals drunk, and you're wrong if you do. I bet you it was one of those thoughts that someone stayed awake because of. You know, those thoughts that keep you awake. And they were like, well, we don't want to have this happen, so we'll just make it a law. Or did someone do it and find out how harmful it was, and then it became a law? Who knows? Some of these laws, you have to know, were probably made because someone was stupid enough to do it. Toy cars may not be driven down the street. I'd like to know how does one drive a toy car down the street? I don't know about you, but I'm way, way, way too big to fit in a toy car. And we don't have the technology to do Honey, I Shrunk the Kids in order to fit into a toy car. So this one just seems a little ridiculous. Hey gigglers, welcome to another Funny State Laws video. If you're new here, I'm Heather, and I've been cracking people up for over 20 years. If you love to laugh, hit that subscribe button. Let's get back to it. It's illegal to spit in a salad bar. Really? This makes me lose just a little bit of my faith in humanity. If people are going around enough in Ohio just spitting in salad bars that it had to be made into a law. I mean, come on, people. Where's your common courtesy? Has common courtesy actually died? It is unlawful for a woman to appear in public while unshaven. This includes their legs and their face. Most women, myself included, who have to shave their face wouldn't be caught leaving the house without doing so. However, if I ever needed to go into the witness protection program, all I would have to do is tape down the girls and not shave for a couple of days. Maybe gel my hair a little different, and I could pass as a dude. That's the awesome part about having German blood in you, I guess. It is illegal for a dog to urinate on a parking meter. That's all well and good if you have your dog trained and they're well behaved. But what if it's a wild dog? Or how are you gonna keep them from peeing on your parking meters? Does the law go around arresting dogs for doing this? I'm thinking probably not, but hey, whatever. Using funeral jargon could land you a cemetery fee, as regular plots and all the jargon that goes with regularly deceased people are $33, but creamies are $75. This one doesn't exactly make the most sense to me, but it sounds like if you use jargon to describe the way a deceased person wants to be processed, for lack of a better word, then you're subject to a fine. It is illegal to throw rice at weddings. This was probably implemented to prevent birds from eating it and dying, which, I might add, is a myth, and that myth has been debunked. Birds do not actually eat rice, and it expand and it kill them. However, if you're looking for an alternative to rice throwing, consider bubbles or rose petals, or better still, how about crumpled up dollar bills or $5 bills? Now that's one I wish I had thought of for my own wedding. My loss is your gain. You may not operate a motor vehicle while sitting in another person's lap. Duh. I mean, what are you all doing in Ohio that this had to be made into a law? This should be obvious as to why you don't want to do that, but in case it isn't, a distracted driver is a dangerous driver. Cars are not allowed to scare horses. Alrighty then. This one is worded just a little weird. So if you were hoping to have one of those obnoxiously loud vehicles that we're all pretty sure is a way for you to compensate for something to drive around, you maybe shouldn't live in Ohio, or any other small country-style town for that matter. It's against the law to kill a housefly within 160 feet of a church without a license. Is this really a thing? I mean, it's not like you're hunting them to eat them, or if you are, you're weird. Flies are a nuisance and should be terminated. But again, if you're going around hunting them so that you can eat them, you're a weirdo. And I have no problem calling you out. You cannot eat a donut and walk backwards on the city streets. Darn, this is my favorite pastime. Who doesn't love to eat a donut while walking backwards and not being able to see where they're going so they could fall on their butt for everyone to laugh at? I mean, seriously. It's like one of those, I can't even do it right now. There we go, I got it. I figured it out, it just took me a minute. Okay. Another thing that you're not allowed to do is ride on the roof of a taxi. And this should be common sense, but it's also the reason why women tend to live a little longer than men, because we're not going around doing stuff that requires us to wear helmets. At least, most of us aren't. You may not run out of gas. Well, duh. Why would... Do people really let... Well, okay. I can't say anything here because my husband always lets his gas tank get really, really low. Like, to the point where the car will scream at him for it. I, on the other hand, do not let my car get less than half. So what I would like to know down in the comments, I want you to comment down below, are you one of those people who let it go well past what it should and wait for your car to scream at you before you fill up? Or are you one of those people who always like to have enough to get somewhere in the event of an emergency? I'm team I want to get somewhere in the event of an emergency and not have to stop for gas. A policeman is allowed to bite a dog to quiet him. That's going to be a mouthful of fur, and you may end up having a hairball later, but... I mean, I've been known to bite my cats if they bite me, but that's just to let them know, hey, we don't bite here. It is illegal for a woman to disrobe while standing in front of a man's picture. Really? Why? What difference does it make if I want to disrobe inside of my house while having all kinds of pictures of guys staring at me? That shouldn't be anyone's business but my own. How did this even become a law? I can't pretend to be in the mind of the people who make laws. It's not possible. It is against the law to roller skate without notifying the police. I have to assume this is so that the police can have an ambulance on standby in case you fall on your butt and hurt yourself. Your duck may not parade down Ohio Avenue. It can parade anywhere else, just not down Ohio Avenue. And then, how well trained is your duck that you can teach it to parade? Like, I can't even parade that well. Whatever. It is unlawful to run a horse over 5 miles per hour. Now, is this in the city limits, or is this just in general? In which case, what if my horse wants to run over 5 miles per hour? How am I supposed to stop a horse from running over 5 miles per hour? Horses, to my knowledge, are supposed to run, are they not? Like, that's what they do? They run? I don't have a horse. I want a horse. But I'm assuming that, to my knowledge, that's what they were made for. Cross-dressing is against the law. Well, good, because nobody wants to see a man in a dress. No. I have enough things creating nightmares in my mind's eye. I don't need cross-dressing to add to that. It is against the law to honk your horn excessively. Well, you shouldn't do anything excessively. Honking your horn excessively is just plain rude. Items left on a tree lawn become city property. So if you were hoping to be able to have a yard sale in Ohio, and you have to go to the bathroom, then you better have someone there to watch all the stuff that you have out, or else the city has the right to take it. Okay, whatever. Another one of those. It's illegal to catch mice without a hunting license. Okay, so what happens if you have cats? Do they need a license to hunt mice as well? A hunting license. So people go around catching mice to eat them? Because when I think of hunting, that's what hunting is to me. Hunting is that you're going out to kill something so that you can eat it. In which case, if people are going around eating mice intentionally, I mean, not starving to death and not being on the show alone, then there's really no reason to go around hunting mice, in my opinion. I mean, other than the standard issue, like they're a nuisance in your house and you need to get rid of them. Just get you some cats. I don't think they can enforce it. Women are forbidden from wearing patent leather shoes, lest men see reflections of their underwear. This is going with the assumption that all women wear skirts. And if you're wearing patent leather shoes, you might as well be wearing mirrors if you're also wearing a skirt, because you're basically saying, hey, look at what I got going on. It is a misdemeanor to play any game in a public park without the superintendent's permission. So, in other words, you can't have fun in the park. No playing Yahtzee or badminton or any of that kind of stuff without first getting permission. Doesn't that make you feel like you're back in high school? Needing permission for everything. If one loses their pet tiger, they must notify the authorities within 1 hour. You know what? If you lose your pet tiger, I would certainly hope that you would be a good enough human being to notify the authorities as quickly as you noticed that they were gone. I would hope you would be a decent person. Electric fences are banned. Where was this law in my home state, Arizona, when I was growing up with my brothers? I say that because my oldest full-blooded brother decided he was going to hook up an electrical fence to either side of a cabinet on the handles, and it was fun for him to tell us that he wanted us to grab him a drink, but you have to use both handles, and that's just so that the circuit was complete and we got a shock. How nice of him. I'm still waiting to get him back for that. It is illegal to walk a cow down Lake Street. How many people have cows in the same way that they have dogs? Like, do you have pet cows that you walk around on leashes in Ohio? I mean, if you do, you boo. I ain't here to judge. I'm just saying that's kind of weird. Posting signs at swimming pools is illegal. So if you're wanting to let people know that they shouldn't be diving, you're going to have to get yourself a pool greeter, kind of like a Walmart greeter, to let them know no diving. Skateboarding in the city limits after dark is prohibited. Okay. I mean, what if someone installed a headlight on it? What if someone was wearing house shoes with headlights? Is it still prohibited then? I don't know. It is illegal to display colored chickens for sale. Alrighty then. Why? What difference does it make if it's a white chicken or a spotted chicken or a chicken? I mean, chicken is chicken. It all tastes the same. It is illegal to spit on public transportation. It should be illegal to spit in public, period. I don't think anyone's died from holding their spit in. Participating or conducting a duel is prohibited. I challenge you to a duel. No one may be arrested on Sunday or on the 4th of July. This one screams the purge to me. Ohio is just setting themselves up for that. The Ohio Driver's Education Manual states that you must honk the horn whenever you pass another vehicle. So one law says that you can't excessively honk your horn, but another one says that you have to honk your horn when you're passing a car. Sounds to me like Ohio is a little bit, what's the word? Flippy-floppy. Like they can't make up their mind. It is illegal to fish for whales on Sunday. Wait, I thought it was illegal to fish for whales, period. But I don't know that for certain, and so I can't say with any certainty that that's correct. It is illegal to mistreat anything of great importance. Really. And who defines what is something of great importance? Is it that you're not allowed to mistreat anything of great importance to you, in which case, if it's important to you, you wouldn't mistreat it? Or is it you can't mistreat anything of great importance to the person who made this law? In which case, where's the clarification on that? I don't know. Enjoying these ridiculous state laws? Did you know it's illegal to have a duck atop your head while driving in one state? And in another, it's illegal to see a UFO. Yes, you heard that right. Illegal to see a UFO. Discover these and so much more in the playlist I'll link during the bloopers reel after this. Click on that playlist or the video to continue your journey through the wackiest laws to ever exist, and I'll see you over there. Until then, stay blessed, my friends. Now, enjoy some bloopers. If you're looking for all an it's just gross. Especially when they clear their no spitting, period. Apparently I have a hole in my lip.